Hello everybody. In this video, I'm going to show you what I call using ChatGPT or a GPT tool to do some heavy lifting on something that is actually quite simple for a human to do, but it just makes the job a lot quicker for you. So I consider it assembly line work, economies of scale, perhaps, etc. So I'm going to go through each prompt. You can certainly do this all with one prompt, one enter button, but I want to show you, for those of you that don't have a lot of experience with this, and you keep hearing about AI this, AI that, ChatGPT this, ChatGPT that. So I play a game called GemStone IV. It's a MUD. It's a text-based game. Don't laugh. It's wonderful. A lot of people play it. Thousands of people play it, even to this day. It's even bigger than WoW in terms of how many years it's been around. But anyhow, there are these things you can do to make your time, your quality of life in the game more pleasurable. And so we often write these Ruby scripts that interact with the game. So I'm going to do one here. Basically, I understand the programming language, so I'm not going to ask it to explain anything to me. I'm not going to have it teach me anything, etc. This video will be longer than it needs to be. However, I'm an educator, and so I like to hit all the angles on the video. So feel free to go 1.25 speed on this video, however you like. So starting off, I am writing a script in Ruby. Do you see the pattern below? So this is the pattern. I have this zoomed into 250, so you're not seeing the whole bar. But put armor reinforced rambladu, sleep for 5 seconds, put armor reinforced mallard. So I asked it a question, I'm going to hit enter. Yes, I see that you're issuing commands with put followed by a sleep like this. Blah, 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 this is common, blah, 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 I understand this, I know what it means, etc. This makes it easier to scale, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is a situation where ChatGPT is telling me some great information, but because I'm an expert in programming and those kinds of things, and I'm only using this for heavy lifting, I don't care, okay? I could have just told it, please answer yes or no. So I could have directed it earlier instead of seeing all this gobbledygook kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to bring in a list, what we call an array in programming. Okay, and you don't need to do an array. That's just a big word for list of things. Okay, so now I pasted that below. Below, find names of characters. Separate, and I can never spell separated correctly, by a space. Write using the pattern above, I shared above, take each name below and the ones I shared above and create a script replicates the pattern for all names. Okay? Enter. Here's a Ruby script that follows the original pattern for all the names you listed, including rambladu and mallard. In real time, it's working. So it's given me this code. So it created a group of names, and for each name, do this. This code will work, folks. I know how to program in Ruby. It will work. The interesting thing here, so it's done. It did what I wanted it to do as a game player. Okay, I could copy this code into a Ruby script file and go about my business. But here's the thing that happened. Remember the pattern I gave it way at the top? Remember that pattern? It didn't do this pattern. It didn't create 20 lines of put armor reinforce yada yada, sleep 5, put armor reinforce yada yada, put sleep 5, put armor yada yada. It optimized my code by understanding what I was trying to do. Now, this is what gets people in trouble. If you were expecting this because this is your level of programming understanding, let's say you work for a company or it's a school project or whatever, and it spits out something you're not familiar with, or you can't edit or you can't clean up to fix an issue or adjust to a new situation in your company, you could be in trouble. So while it did the job for me as a game player, it met the objective because I understand what the code was doing. You have to still be careful with some of this stuff and how it interprets and outputs. I could go back and say, thank you. However, I would prefer that you do this pattern here. Okay. So let's take it a step further. Thank you. However, I want you to follow this pattern specifically and not do a, let me make sure I get the language right, name.each do loop. Okay. Now it's going to apologize or say thank you for the clear instructions, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, something like that. Exactly in a pattern name, 1. And here it is, folks. Here it is. This is how we do it. So there you go.